Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to discuss this weird AR-15 issue or malfunction I'm running into. Hopefully you guys will be able to help me out. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I just built this AR-15 maybe a week or two ago. Finally got finished, was stoked to get it done. And I thought, what better way to celebrate a new AR than buy one of those Fostech Echo Triggers 2 that just came out. The new trigger from Fostech, their binary trigger, where you still keep your safety in your semi, but on that third switch, puts it in their echo mode, they call it, which shoots on the pull and then shoots on the release. It's a little binary trigger that you could get going pretty much like full auto. So I bought one, spent the $500, came in, I was stoked, put it in the gun, everything worked good, dry fires, all the function tests were flawless. I was like, all right. So probably 4 or 5 days ago now, I went to my local range and wanted to break it in. And I shot maybe 200 rounds through the gun that day, and I started running it into issues with the trigger already. The first 100 rounds were all just semi-auto, getting everything situated, sighted in, making sure everything's running good. Trigger worked great. And then for the second half of the day, the other 100 rounds, I was just playing with the echo trigger, or their echo mode, they call it. And probably within 50, 60 rounds of me shooting it, started having huge malfunctions with the gun. It started running really weird, and then I threw it into semi-auto mode. I'll show you that the gun is unloaded. I'd be at the range, and then when I'd pull the trigger all the way in, nothing would go off. Gun would not fire, and then it would only fire on the release, which is extremely unsafe if you're not prepared or expecting it. So pull the trigger, release, it'd fire. Nothing on the pull, all on the release, which is completely not what it should be doing. So out of just curiosity, I threw it in echo mode. Even then, trigger was not running right. It wouldn't shoot on the pull, but it would on the release, and then it would work for the rest of the mag. Still wasn't running the way it should be. So right when it started happening, pulled the gun off the line, took the upper and lower part just to inspect the trigger, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, and it looked perfectly fine, nothing out of the ordinary. I was running a suppressor that day, which makes your gun run way dirtier than it should. So that's about all I noticed, was that my gun was completely filthy. So I pulled everything apart, cleaned it out tremendously, everything, made it look brand new again. Put the gun back together, tried it again, wouldn't work. Okay. So at this point, I didn't know what was going on. I pulled the trigger completely out, inspected everything, looked fine. Put it in again, just maybe I didn't put it in correctly. Put the trigger back in, still doesn't work. Okay. Went out to the range yesterday to test it again, and it's gotten even worse than it has. You go to semi-auto, go to shoot, it should fire on the pull. Nothing. Won't even fire on the release anymore. Okay? Pull the trigger as much as you want, nothing happens. Okay? Will not function whatsoever. Go to echo mode, which is fidgety. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. I could usually get it to fire. You'll hear the pin drop. But you have to do the function like 5 times. So echo mode, you'll pull, nothing happens. Release, nothing. Okay. You heard it drop after like 5 or 6 pulls. Try it again. So nothing on the pull, nothing on the release, and then you'll be able to hear it click. Okay. Heard it click. So I'm extremely confused. I went to look at it again today, and I'm still not 100% sure. Let me just pull the upper completely off for make this a little easier to show you. So there's the echo trigger if you've never seen one before. pull that back. Even in semi-auto mode, the gun will not fire unless this little safety is pushed all the way forward, which your bolt carrier holds forward. It will not fire. So as soon as I pull this trigger right now, the gun should go off. This should fall all the way forward. Go to pull. Nothing. Try it again. And then you'll see this kind of lift up just a hair. See it just slowly move. Each time I do a trigger press, it slowly eases its way out. See how it's just slowly moving? Until eventually, like I showed you earlier, nothing happens in semi-auto mode. And if it does, it's random, like it just did. So you see it just slowly moving. Nothing. Go to echo mode, which is the same thing. Hold that forward. See how it moved, but it's getting stuck. It won't fall all the way. And that's why when it's in echo mode, if I just keep nudging at it, it'll eventually fall. I know it's bad to let that slam on your receiver, but it's hard for the video. So again, hold that safety forward, pull the trigger, and it slides forward, but won't fall. It's getting caught up, okay? Shot on the release that time, which is different from the first time I showed you. Didn't pull on that. Different every time. Really bizarre. Go back to semi. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Okay. Now here's what I found that I think may be the issue. It's going to be really hard to show this on a webcam. But when I push this back, it kind of rubs on this left side. As I push it in, I could just feel it rubbing the left side of the trigger. And there's a gap on the right. So I think this is just a hair over. And when I go to pull the trigger, as soon as it does that, like where it should fire, if I just push this whole assembly that way, it'll open itself up, okay? Oh. Okay, show that one more time. All right, so it should fire right now. Trigger's pulled in. If I just push it that way, it'll open up, okay? Like I said, it's releasing. It wants to fall, but I think it's just getting caught, whether it be the material they used. I'm not sure, but it's definitely getting caught on that side. It should fire right now. If I just nudge this the littlest bit over, it releases, okay? That's why when I'm in echo mode, I believe, if I just keep pushing that trigger, it eventually just wiggles itself loose off that left side. That's what I believe is happening. If anyone else has ran into this issue, let me know. I have reached out to Fostech, went on their email, and they had a contact us page. You just had to write your name, email address, and what's going on. It said they'd email you back within 24 hours, which was a lie. I emailed them probably 4 or 5 days ago. No response yet. My only option, I think, if they don't come back and let me know what is going on with their trigger, I think I'm just going to take a really light Dremel and kind of Dremel out just the littlest bit, because I think it's just having the slightest clearance issues. I think it's just hitting and getting caught enough. If I just took one little layer out of it, thinned it out just a hair, I believe it would move forward. It moves up, it's just getting caught on the side. I believe that's my only option. Just Dremel out a little bit. It's the only thing I could see visibly that's happening. I could see it rubbing, but just thought I'd make a video, see if one of you guys could help me, or if Fostech finally wants to respond, we'll go that route too. But until then, if you're thinking about buying one of these, don't yet until at least I get a response. I could be that 1 out of 1,000,000 that is having this issue. But don't spend $500 on something that's not really working. Spending $500 on this thing, I thought it'd be guaranteed to work. I watched dozens of videos reviewing it, saying it's amazing, it works fine. There's even a 1,000 rounds through video that they said theirs is holding up perfect. And for mine to go out within the first 200 is really bizarre. Don't buy one until I get it figured out, though. It's going to be it for this video. If I get an answer or a response on how to fix it, or if I fix it myself, I'll post it in the comments below. So just look down there. If I haven't commented, still fucked up. But till next time, peace, guys.